Okay, so this is the Passoa training system. It has to go with a surcicle that goes around the middle. And the way that it works is it actually encourages the horse to bring their rear end in by pulling along this line and back here, and that's going to help kind of squeeze the horse together. Now, we are actually going bitless, and the purpose of this is to help Luna get a more round and collected frame. Okay, here's Luna at a trot, and I want you to take a look at her motion. This is before the Passoa. This is just a trot. And here you can see her canter. You can see. So here we go using the system. Okay, so here's the Passoa training system. As you can see, she's just now starting to relax into frame. There we go, good girl. And it takes a few minutes. Good girl, for her to start stretching and getting into that frame and starting to utilize her hindquarters a little bit better. Now, remember, this is one of those things that you don't do all the time, but it's to help the horse get better balanced on the ground. And we just have to keep, come on girl, keep going until she really relaxes. Okay, now we're working the opposite direction, and she's starting to really get the hang of the system. We did go ahead and give her a little bit more rein so she doesn't have to. There we go, good girl. Good girl. I'm just being very encouraging, but she has to keep going. There you go, when she's relaxing into the frame. Now we are doing this bitless, so I want her to feel that pressure on her nose. There we go, good girl. Good girl. Ah, there we go. That's looking pretty. She's got a little resistance going on. There we go, really nice. Come on. See how she flattens out that line on her neck a little bit? That's going to give us that nice frame that we would like, and she's starting to utilize her hindquarters, different breeds. There we go. Now her conformation is a little bit different. She's kind of built uphill, so getting her into a much more collected and nice frame, there we go, is going to be a little bit different, and we're working just off of nose pressure to help her kind of bring up that hindquarters a little bit better and her to round up. And she's still kind of fight. There we go, good, good. And she's relaxing into it. It just takes some time. Now, I've seen a lot of people work these in just a round pen where you're not asking them to actually work off of a lunge line, and they also get really good results. The horse has to get used to it. Good girl. Very nice, come on. That doesn't mean you can stop, but you did a good job. Okay, so here's Luna in the Passoa wearing a bit. Now, I'm going very, very light. Good girl. Now, she definitely responds to the bit a little bit faster. I am not putting any pressure on the bit at all in the lunging process. She's just kind of rounding up. You can tell she's trying to get away from it a little bit more, but she is rounding up quicker. She's kind of bracing. There we go. Good girl. So she is moving along in a bit, and that's pretty much exactly where she had been trained at. So if you're going to do this with a bit and get a horse used to a bit, you can see that you can accomplish quite a bit with the even pressure. There we go. But like I said, how much pressure do you want to put on your horse? Has the horse already been trained with a bit? There's a lot of different questions here. And remember, this is just a training aid. This is not a crutch, but it does help the horse understand pressure. Okay, we're going to wait for her to get kind of soft at a trot and bring that head kind of down. We're going to give a little bit of pressure. There we go, good. We try to release. And sometimes you have to kind of ask them to go forward, even though you're giving a release with your lunge line. Now she's bracing a little bit. Just a little pull. There we go. Good, good girl. Now, once we're at this nice point, we're going to ask for the canter. And Opposite side. I'm being very light with my cues. There we go. Good girl. She definitely, we get a quicker response, and she tends to round up to get away from the pressure on her bars. That's just a simple D ring. I'm not putting any pressure on that inside rein at all. I'm keeping it nice and slack. Yes, we want to come over and say hi. Okay, here we are at the canter. There we go. Come on. That's the thing. Every time you release, you have to maintain the pressure to keep them going. Come on. There we go. That's the important part, is to reward with a release, that nice release of pressure when they start engaging those hindquarters. Come on. And okay, so that is the Passoa training system. And you can see it can kind of help you get your horse a little bit more rounded. It's something that you can do as a warm-up. And especially you can do this with a bit or bitless. We're doing this bitless. By the way, that's not blood. That is pokeberry juice. That's a pokeberry. That's what causes it. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. And if you enjoyed the video, give us a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and click the notifications. We're putting out new content every week. And don't forget, check out our playlists.